The moments that we look forward to when they really are once in a lifetime. Opportunities that are so scarce and so rare. In a few moments, we'll be officially unveiling and revealing the pricing on an original, authentic Hubei necklace that dates back to, in terms of the material, the 70s. A mine that has been closed since the early 80s. Hubei Turquoise is regarded amongst those that know as the most sought after, the most collectible, certainly a signature turquoise, but money can't buy it because you can't find it. And if you can't find it, people can name their own price. What would you pay for real Hubei? Take a look for a second at what is 36 inches of Hubei. It is actually the longest Hubei necklace Jay has ever been able to produce. It's been 4 years since we had any Hubei on the network. Tonight, because it's Jay's final show of the visit, and it's been a big visit a couple days ago. Jay had a today's special and obviously great success. We wanted to end the visit with this. Due to early sales, the folks had to move it up to right now. So here's what will happen. For those that have watched Jay for 28 years, you know this really is a once-in-a-lifetime moment in time. For those that are joining us for the first time, what we are about to do is unveil a shockingly low price for genuine Hubei. I mean, that's what it is. So as soon as you see it, please start to order. I'll keep you posted, obviously, as we sell this down. We do have a stretch bracelet as well. I'll give you the price on that in a moment. So, without further ado, we talked about thousands of dollars. I mean, it's so dependent on what somebody's willing to sell it for since you can't buy it anymore. We are really proud to say and to reveal that instead of high prices, we're going low price to make it accessible at $199. $199.98. Folks, it's real, it's genuine, and it's true. If you only buy one thing in this show, clearly it has to be this at $199. Beautiful sizing, you've got the drama, it's genuine Hubei. Already 600 people placing orders. I will tell you right out of the gate, this is the 3-strand bracelet that's available. That's coming in at $119, but the beauty of this is that it is a stretch, and again, that is genuine Hubei as well. How many necklaces left? Guys, I have 350 necklaces left. That is all, 350. That's hardly anything. I thought this would sell out super fast. I was wrong, it's gonna sell out even faster. 350 necklaces left. How many of the bracelets now, please, Kevin? Okay, we have more of the bracelet. That's the good news. If you want the bracelet, place your order as fast as possible. I'm gonna head back over here and let's talk Hubei. I'm gonna take this giant neck form because we need the super size to fit the 36 inches. Jay, how big a deal, how significant is this?
Well, you know, in what we do, this is what I call a miracle buy,
yes.
Right? It took 4 years, guys, and it's not, this is, okay, there's turquoises have become very collectible.
Yes.
And there are a lot of American turquoises that are highly collectible that they pay huge money for. If you went to the turquoise symposium, they had an auction, and some of these specimens, I mean, and I have a lot of them, really nice specimens, they go for huge money. Hubei now, this is, the story of Hubei, and I don't know if you could go in, I don't know if you actually come in on this.
Excuse me, sir, 1 second. I'm gonna, guys, because I want you to hear as much as possible of the information, I'm gonna stop speaking, so the last thing I'm gonna say is this. The bracelet is selling as quickly as the necklace. I understand that. Obviously, people want to have a slice of Hubei, and the bracelet might be the way to go. This will be sold out in the next 5 to 6 minutes. The bracelet is selling as quickly as the necklace. So again, grab it where you can, and let's enjoy Jay's story. Jay, you were saying about this.
Okay, well, the story with Hubei, and this is as much of it's a really unique turquoise story. It's what they call vintage. It's historical vintage collectible turquoise. Okay, do you see this? This is what made Hubei, this is all natural Hubei. Do you know what? These are my sales samples from the 80s.
Really?
My sales samples. And this is what these have been in my private collection. I have had people try to buy these out of my specimen cases. I will not sell them.
At any price.
At any price. I will not sell these at any price. You can't get this. This is my original sales samples that I had when I was selling turquoise rough in this material. This material is such a unique, it's an American story, but it's also a China story, okay? And, you know, people don't realize it wasn't, and I know there's a lot of conflict right now, but, you know, back in the day, you know, China, you just didn't go into China, okay? Right. I mean, you didn't go in. Westerners were not allowed. Right. You weren't allowed in. It was Americans who actually, when they first discovered turquoise, it was Americans from Arizona, Nevada, and my old partner, actually mentor, was a person, he was in his 30s, that went in and not only showed them how to mine the material, they showed them how to cut the material, how to work it, and they also marketed it for them and actually made a market for it. This is literally vintage. It's an old vintage turquoise. You can't get this anywhere. And to us to find this, we went around, okay, one of my friends that went around and went to all the old cutters, right? Now, I'm talking about people that live in the middle of nowhere. I'm not talking about major factories. I'm talking about people that were Hubei cutters back in the 80s, right? And maybe, you know, mid 80s. This is a great photo. I hope we can bring this up. I want to show you. The man with the little Chinese man, that is Simon Chu, right? He's in his 30s then. And that's him in America when he first came and first brought the first samples of this material. Really? And that was his partner at the time, and really his mentor and the money guy behind it all. And he was one of the guys that was a promoter and cutter. And then you had people like Chet Jones and a lot of people that went over later and went into an area that had no infrastructure, no roads. Those are American. That's Simon, and those two men still live. That's the town of Hubei in the background there. Jay. And that is back in the late 70s, early 80s. When they were there. And they're some of the Americans that originally made this happen, that really built this. This is the original, that was the quarters where everybody slept and everything at the mine, if you want to call it. You can't, you know, as a Westerner, I'm not even allowed in that area anymore. Is that right? I couldn't go into the Hubei mine through that door. There's a door right there. Yeah. You could see the mountain in the back. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That is, in the back of that is where the shaft is. And if you went back through that door, there's a door there. If you could get back in that door, Simon took this about 5 years ago when he was there. They're actually on it. There's the main headquarters. That goes back into the mine. That goes back into the shafts. And there's that whole mountain back there is honeycombed with shafts. Wow. But you're not allowed in there anymore. They don't allow anybody to go in there. You can never mine it. It's all blocked off. They're putting a museum in, this major, and Simon's one of the people, when he was there, he was able they wanted him there. They did a whole expose on him. He's passed away, unfortunately, last year. It broke my heart. So right there, there's Kelly. That's Kelly. There's Simon. Kelly's in the red shirt. Simon, that was my mentor. And then Dennis, his other brother. And then the far person, that was the nephew. And he was the one that actually found not this Hubei, but the Hubei stash that we had at that time when we did this. Wow. And Dennis and Kelly are both still with us, but Simon, like I said, unfortunately passed away. But he is such a national figure. He's part of the Chu family. He's such a national figure that they actually made a Hubei museum. No. And they have like statues and stuff like that. It's really, really amazing. I think they spent like $12 million or something like that to do it. It's a big deal. This material is unbelievably collectible, and it's totally, totally rare, guys. And here's what makes it so rare, right? Is the fact no other turquoise looks like this. There is no other turquoise. I've been doing this for a long time, okay? And I'm really good, okay? I'm not saying I'm perfect, okay? And because there's always those people out there, and I can name 5 right now, I'm not going to name names, that will think that they are more perfect than me. Honestly, they probably are. Okay, that they really, there are people that, I think I know a lot about turquoise, but I have a lot of friends and a lot of people that I know in this industry that are much more knowledgeable than I am, that they've probably forgotten more about turquoise than I know. So I'm not saying I am the best of the best, but I'm pretty darn good, okay? And I will tell you right now, this material is so rare, it's impossible to get. They have been bugging me and bugging me and bugging me and hounding me. Is there any way you can find Hubei? We really had to go out and really, really beat the bushes. We've got this, and I have a little surprise maybe later on down the road that maybe we don't know yet. But I'm just telling you, honestly, you cannot get this material. It is impossible to find it. And also, they can name their own price. Now, we also have to design with what we get. So here again, if I could get pieces like this, literally, the rough would be thousands of dollars. You know, to be able to get this, we had, you know, we're just taking what, you know, like where they had smaller material, we found smaller material that maybe at that time they wouldn't cut something that small, and they had it stashed, and we had to kind of like put this together. Now, we didn't even make a small fraction of what they wanted.
I'm sure.
We weren't able to, we weren't able to even make a small fraction of what they wanted for this show. And, you know, what they wanted, I just said, yeah, right, you know. Like, and, you know, here's the thing. Even though you go out and you really do your best and everything, it still wasn't good enough. They were going, no, we need more of those. You know, and here's the thing. I haven't convinced everybody. When you don't have the rough, you can't make more designs, right? But if you want something in turquoise in your collection that you will covet, that is amazing, 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 this is it. Now, the necklace, if you saw it, had all the colors. Did it sell out?
That is sold out.
Okay.
And the bracelet will be next to go.
Okay.
We have 200 bracelets left before it's completely gone.
The bracelets were the smaller material. That's why we gave you 3 strands of them. But it's all cut from the Hubei rough. And there's no mistaking Hubei rough.
No.
There's no way to imitate it at all. Like I said, it's one of those turquoises, to be honest with you, that you don't even have to really be a turquoise connoisseur or a rock hound to really know. Anybody who's got basic knowledges on turquoises, it's one of those turquoises that you don't have to guess. That you can say that's Hubei.
You can spot it. You know what it is.
You know that's what it is. There's only one turquoise that looks like it.
To have any slice of Hubei in your collection is money well spent, because money can't buy it. That's why so many folks regard it as priceless, because 40 years old. This is a story that has already been told. This is one of those rare moments in time.
It's vintage. It's antique.
Vintage. It's antique.
They even call it antique. Vintage antique turquoise. It's one of the few that's actually given that name.
If you would like to get yours, again, the couple hundred left. If there's even one left, I'll keep it out here to remind anybody. Congratulations, the necklace obviously is now sold out. I hope you're in good health and happiness. You just got one of the most spectacular pieces. We're not done with Jay, though. Still 35 minutes left. Coming up at